Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Um, I hope audio and everything is working okay tonight. Uh, I almost didn't come on tonight, but I figured there's a few developments um that have been happening, and I thought I would uh, cover those. Timmy is once again up to his nonsense. Um, he has once again said that I am Whitey Bulger, and decided to go into that, doing quite a few articles, as a matter of fact, about this claim that I am either Whitey Bulger or I am a lookalike. Not sure what the um, obsession is with it, but it is what it is. Good evening, Mary. Good evening, Rebecca. Good evening, Vape King. Somebody into vaping. Seems I'm every time I go to the airport, there's somebody vaping. It's a new thing. Anyway, um, getting on to what's going. Oh, the impersonator's back. Punisher for Truth, who has been outed as a fake and a liar. So the real Punisher for Truth has disavowed you. So I guess, you want to come in here and troll, which is all you're capable of doing. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, you can sit there and go kissy poo on your phone or something to Timmy's face. That seems to be about what these people do. Now, so we've got, the usual crap with the Whitey Bulger thing. Not sure what the deal is with that. Yeah, say hi to the hoopster for me. It's dark out, so she probably isn't hooping right now, but, hoopty hoopty. Anyway, let's get down to business here. Um, One of the things that Timmy did is, claims to have done anyway, is that he has contacted the defense of the accused murderer as well as the state police and offered quote unquote unique evidence to this having to do with this particular gun, the Sig Sauer that is alleged to have been in possession of the um, accused murderer, Mr. Allen. Now, Mr. Allen is being defended by none other than Tim Holmseth and his uh, troops, which I find rather interesting because, as I understand it, there's overwhelming evidence against this guy. Of course, under our judicial system, he is innocent until proven guilty. Kind of interesting how Timmy and company are a little selective when it comes to using that particular um, point of law. They kind of save it for somebody like Richard Allen, but when it comes to me, it doesn't apply. I'm guilty unless proven innocent. That seems to be the way these things work over there. Yeah, Vape King, that is the understatement of the century. He is definitely something else. Um, well, I find this kind of curious. The fraud is asking me, why are you always at the airport? Well, let's see. What is at the airport? Let's break this down, Punisher. You have air and you have port. Now, an airport is a port for something that goes up in the air and comes down from the air. So why don't you do some research and figure out what it is about an airport that someone would go to an airport? or come from an airport. I think maybe you'll be able to figure that out. Hey, L. Kennedy, welcome. Um, just going to be more or less an informal night tonight. I got in late tonight and I didn't have much time to prep. But, some of the weirdness that's been going on here. And anyway, look up non investigative subject. I have no idea what you're talking about. You wanted to know why I was at the airport. And I guess you've never been to an airport. Um, anyway, we go down here, and this is what he sent to, or what he announced 4 days ago regarding this gun. Now, of course, he filed all this with the Indiana State Police and the defense attorneys. I have filed a request for information on this so called notification he gave to the Delphi State Police, so I'm waiting on that. And he decided that he's not going to disclose this to his audience. Um, and, it would be kind of interesting to know what it is about Mr. Allen's gun that he has discovered. Uh, I mean, the only time uh, he has said anything about this gun or even this case was when Mr. Allen was arrested. Before that, there was a minimal amount said. He took a selfie in front of a sign, uh, and that's about it. I think there was a road trip where he tried to find the murder scene, which is kind of odd that he wasn't able to find it because everybody knows where it is in that town, and you can go on just about any forum or YouTube channel, and there's detailed maps of it. And I even put the detailed locations on my previous live stream. So there should be no reason why he can't find the location, especially since there's a possibility that he was there, say on February 14th, around 6 years ago. You know, he hasn't proven that he has not been there yet. Everybody seems to want me to prove that I was not there. Maybe he can prove that he was not there. Um, what it seems to be, if we're going to use Timmy's rule of law, then Timmy is going to have to show clear and unequivocal evidence that he was not at that bridge at precisely the time the young ladies were murdered. Fair is fair. But, he has decided that he is not going to reveal any secrets. And he um, has this rather strange lawsuit filed in Tennessee, of all places. And he's named Levi Page as, I don't know why that's doing that. Let me see. Where's. Okay, here we go. Now, once again, I'm going to try and bring this up because he made a statement that he has made a new filing in this case, and uh, see, I'm going to try and do something here, so just be patient. And I've got to go into brand, pull this out. Now, this is the nonsense that Timmy filed. And one thing that uh, comes up here is at the very first paragraph, Randy Erickson, the Notary Public commissioned for the state of Minnesota, does hereby certify that the following websites has been in her control, meaning in her name with GoDaddy and no other person except that of Timothy Charles Homeseth has ever accessed said website, writeintoaction.com, or Timothy Charles Homeseth escrowed websites, whatever the hell that means. So this means that for some inexplicable reason, the PWS builder name that appears on Homeseth's TimothyCharlesHomeseth.com is probably Tim Homeseth. That for some strange reason he decided to once again change his username and is not using Timothy Charles Homeseth as his uh, tagline. That he is instead going to this PWS builder thing. But that does not excuse him from liability because in this document that he's filed, he has made it so he is a owner and or um, employee of this publication. Now, to answer your question, Lori, yes, he is. He is a vexatious litigant in the state of Ohio. Uh, he cannot appear, or not, excuse me, not Ohio, the state of Minnesota. He cannot appear in court as pro se. He must appear with a bar certified lawyer. Now, the court in this particular filing has been made aware of that situation. The judge has been notified that he is a vexatious litigant in the state of Minnesota. So, that's the information I have so far on that. And to answer your question, yes, we are. Let's see. This is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We are at T-minus 6 days that both Tim Homeseth and Randy Erickson have to be in court in the state of Ohio to answer charges against them. And it's a running bet that she is likely not going to appear, and neither is Homeseth. They have this thing about not appearing in court. Now, one thing, I guess somebody's got a hearing problem because once again, the court filing 322CR00912 states that Timothy Charles Homeseth and Randy Erickson are the only people that have access to TimothyCharlesHomeseth.com. Now, if someone by the name of PWS Builder is not Timothy Charles Homeseth or Randy Erickson, then Timothy Charles Homeseth has committed perjury in the filing he's made with the court. So, there's that. If somebody wants to Uh, no, Lori, what PWS Builder is it is the name of the utility that is used to build a WordPress site. I am in the process of building my new website using PWS Builder. So I know exactly what it is. Uh, for whatever weird reason, they have decided to use PWS Builder as a username. Um, Dumb, but that's the way it is. Now, eh, yeah, let's look at the possibility they hired somebody. Again, we look at the first paragraph in the filing that Timmy has made to the court. And I'm going to read the whole paragraph since people over on Telegram can't grasp this. It says explicitly Randy Erickson, a notary public commissioned for the state of Minnesota, does hereby certify that the following websites have been in her control, meaning in her name with GoDaddy, and no other person except that of Timothy Charles Homeseth has ever accessed said websites right into action or timothycharleshomeseth.com escrowed website. Access means that someone would have to have login information to get into that website. Someone would have to have permission to write on the website. They would have had been hired to write on the website. And if somebody has been hired to be on the website, then they have accessed the website. Therefore, that individual would also need to be on this stipulation that has been made to the court. And if it's the case where someone is there and Timothy Charles Homeseth has stated that nobody is there, they have committed perjury. They have lied to the court, which I would not be surprised if they did. Now, Tim Homeseth was ordered by the judge to redo his presentation to the court because he messed it up. And so far, nothing has been put into the court after November 17th. I checked the court tonight. That's where I'm at right now. I am on the court website review these documents. There is nothing there. Uh, let's see. Trying to. Okay, it's. Who is the Homeseth investigator? That's a good question. I thought he did his own investigating. Well, this is an interesting comment. Is he dead or is he not? Good question. Because he's hiding. The only time you see Homeseth is in a picture. Uh, Anybody can write anything on any website. If I didn't show my picture on here live, I could be somebody else on here. Somebody else could be writing in my place. So, you know, but for some reason, Homeseth does not want to be live on the internet. Now, yeah, he goes on Telegram, so people say his name is on Telegram, and they use the excuse, well, he's in hiding. But if he's in hiding, what is he doing posting on Telegram and Truth Social? Because the same technology that could be used to trace him on any of his websites like BitChute or these other screwball sites he has can be used to track him on Telegram and on Truth Social. So I don't get it. So, it's okay. I wanted to check on something. Okay, it's been reported. I'm going to bring this up. A few days ago, that a clerical error led to why he wasn't considered. Now, this is on the Delphi. Um, well, that is what Timothy said. We haven't heard. Number one, it wasn't in the. All it was a process server. I mean, anybody can be a process server. So if he went and hired a private investigator and paid him $100 to serve the thing, and she told the guy that she doesn't give a damn about Timmy, then there is such a thing as the First Amendment. And the thing of it is I just was talking about this, Punisher. If Timothy Charles Holmseth does not correct the mistakes he made on the original filing with the court, it will be thrown out. It will be dismissed. So, Martha, I have a couple of chat sites set up. This goes to all of them. I don't have a separate, I don't have another chat other than Twitter that I use right now. This is my primary chat. Now, yeah, I'm wondering if this is the real Punisher or whatever she calls herself or another fake one. Randy is God's appointed defender of children. Well, then why are they coming to the defense of an alleged murderer of children? Richard Allen is charged with the murder of 2 teenagers. Now, why do they think he's innocent? Yeah, Levi Page, Alexander Goddard, and 25 John Does or something Does are being sued. And, let's discuss this. As this little thing over on uh, the court documents here, we have these charges being made against people. The problem is, just because they put this in the court files doesn't mean they automatically win. They have to go to court and prove their case. They have to go to court, argue their evidence, and they also are subject to cross examination. Now, that means they have to come in to court and tell the court what their proof is to warrant this $40 million lawsuit. Now, they say Levi Page has committed all these crimes. They say Levi Page is somehow involved with the finders. They have to prove this in court. They have to go to court with evidence to convince either the judge or the jury, depending on whether they're asking for a jury trial or if they're asking for a bench trial. They have to prove their case. And they also have to provide what is known as reciprocal evidence. That means that they have to provide to the defendants all their evidence. They can't hide it. So that means that when they come to court, they have to have presented all this evidence to the defendants in advance so that the defendants can study it and work out what their defense is going to be. And when the trial starts, Randy Erickson and Timothy Charles Holmseth, as well as a woman from Canada and whoever this mighty Bulgar is, are going to be subpoenaed to appear in court for the defense. And there's going to be some individuals that are going to be brought into court as witnesses for incitement to violence because a death threat that's been coming out of BitChute against me and other people. So that is where this is right now, is that we have this joker posting a $40 million lawsuit for crimes against humanity, probably going to appear in court as his own lawyer. And if the case doesn't get dismissed and goes to trial, which is highly unlikely, the evidence against Tim Homseth, Randy Erickson, and a few other people are going to destroy him. They are not going to win this case, period. You know, and they keep, the thing of it is they file this lawsuit and then they keep giving the defense evidence. Uh, I don't know, Punisher. That's a question you may want to ask Levi Page because I am not privy to his information. I would imagine that Levi is going to handle this in whatever way he decides if it goes to court. It uh, is likely that the case is going to be thrown out because it's garbage. It's just, this is, Tim Holmseth has done this. He has sued the Weather Bureau. He even sued a college. I had not been aware of this until recently that he even sued a college. Excuse me. Now this is something the state of Minnesota actually sued Timothy Charles Homseth because you got the state of Minnesota versus Tim Homseth defendant. I'm just going through some of this stuff. See, Timothy um, got into trouble with the state of Minnesota uh, quite a few times, even before he got mixed up with this nonsense. But anybody that wants it, there is the um, case number. Well, Punisher for truth? Why don't you wait and find out? Yeah, that he may not need one except to file a countersuit against Erickson and Holmseth for defamation of character, slander, intentional infliction of emotional distress, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. I understand that there's a legal action in the process right now regarding that notary. So, let's see, what am I saying here? Okay, infiltrated truth punisher states that the person that's in here is an impersonator and it's not her. So you've been called out as a fraud. Yeah, it's funny these people come in here and claim to be somebody, and in another location they're saying no, that's not me, and then because they she has stated that she does not come into this chat. So whoever the person is in here, probably Astro, is impersonating. It's the Jolly that is apparently not Punisher for Truth. It's somebody impersonating Punisher for Truth. So anyway, let me see what's going on over here because I was. This is a very informal chat tonight, more or less a Q&A because there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. Uh, we'll be curious to know if they are going to show up in Ohio on Thursday. I have a bet that they're not going to show up because oh, they know they're guilty and they don't want to be anywhere near a jail. Eh, Okay, I'm reading an why wasn't Richard Allen considered a major person of interest sooner in the deaths of two teenage girls in northern Indiana? Apparently, some of the details of the interview that was uh, made by a I don't know if it was a park ranger or law enforcement official in 2017 got lost. And the 2017 uh, interview was overlooked due to a clerical error. A civilian FBI employee mislabeled or misfiled tip information in the system and it didn't show up on the current location during a data search. And the FBI has not commented so far on that accusation. Now, court papers have connected Allen to the gun. Uh, that the gun is registered in his name. They did ballistics tests on the gun, and it has been proven that with the styrations in the spent bullet was fired from that gun, and this is the shell casing that was found at the murder scene. Well, Joker, the they do it for attention because they've got now they got people over on Telegram that believes everything that Tim says. Period. He cannot do anything wrong. They take it in, and they do not seek the truth. They seek gossip and trolling and rumors and what have you. They are actually coming to defense of a guy that is more likely than not a person that killed two children, two teenagers, stripped them completely, put them in a pose of some kind, and left them there in the middle of the winter, and allegedly lived in the town for 6 years knowing what he had done, interacting with the parents of these children and all of it. You know, and this is who they are defending. Now, a probable cause warrant to arrest somebody, especially for murder, is hard to get. You have to show a hell of a lot of evidence to the court, to a judge, to get that. And, that is what they are using to prosecute this case. Now, what's going to happen in the trial is something that nobody can really say for certain. It's going to be a jury trial, and so it's going to be up to a jury to decide whether or not the man is guilty. And, down here in Florida, we went through the Casey Anthony trial. Everybody thought that Casey Anthony was going to be in jail for the rest of our lives, the rest of her life, and look at what happened. She's out. She made oh, this is breaking information. Well, then Agent 19, Fireman John, Monograph, Megan Fox. Ooh, Megan Fox. A Popka arms dealer? This is a new one, guys. Now I'm an arms dealer. How the hell did this come up? Explain this, Punisher. Where the hell did you come up with this one? Everybody, breaking news. I've now been accused of an arms dealer. So we just keep adding to this stuff. This is funny as shit. Now I'm an arms dealer. Holy shit. And again, Punisher, Timmy is going to have to go to court, and so is Randy, and they are going to have to prove this. See, this is the thing. You can make all the accusations you want, but you're going to slap that hand down in that old Bible of yours, and you're going to have to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God in a court. And so I would love to see you do that. So we're going to see. This is, this fish just got a little bit bigger, so now I'm an arms dealer. Jesus Christ. These people are a trip. And Joker, they don't like you over on Telegram. They're already saying, why are you interested in the Delphi case? Why is Timmy interested in the Delphi case? Yeah, this is a major news event, so but it's these people do not realize how much trouble they're going to get into if this case goes forward. I mean, Jesus. What is that cat doing? I gotta check on my cat. He's making a racket over here, or she is. Be right. I don't know what it is about kittens. I like to climb on things. I mean, Mittens is not a cat. She's an elk. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, the Bulger thing is they put out this. I did an article about Tim Homestead and shows the gun with the bullet coming out. And apparently, SB did not read the article, which I'm not surprised. Um, Basically, Timmy is getting people mad at him. And with the accusations out there, I predicted a long time ago that there was going to be violence because of Holmeseth and what he said. I was close. Neely Blanchard murdered um, Chris Hallett, so I was close because it was Chris Hallett made a promise to Neely Blanchard that he couldn't keep. He lied to her. And so what happened was that she got pissed off and she murdered the guy, and now she's awaiting trial for murder. Two counts. Or, one count of murder and another count of the use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. And so, at a minimum, she's going to get life without parole, never going to see her kids again unless they become adults and they feel like seeing her. And this is all because of Chris Hallett and his lies, making promises he can't keep, um, and so on. So, okay. Selena Brown asked a question. Have you ever had personal contact with Cynthia Ebsug? And the answer is yes, briefly. Uh, I met her in court when I was up in Colorado, and there was a post that she made to me back several years ago. So it was a very brief contact that I had with Cynthia, and I have had no contact since. Um, So she is in custody, I believe, or will be shortly. I haven't really paid attention to that, but she will be on probation. She didn't get very much. Okay, we have a question from the fake troll. Why were you hunting Timothy? Why did you make this picture? This is a death threat if I ever saw one. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Well, SB, if you think that that article is a death threat, call the cops. I am not hunting Tim Holmseth. I could give a shit about Holmseth. The only thing I want Holmseth to do is to shut the fuck up and get my stuff off his social media. And since he is not going to do that and is going ahead with this idiotic lawsuit, he is going to wind up being sued or be prosecuted for um, perjury. Now, Selena Brown says, is it true you once supported Holmseth? Yes, briefly. Way back when Holmseth was being attacked by a woman known as Radio News, I came to his defense because I was under the opinion that Radio News was bullying Holmseth. And I was not a fan of Radio News, still am not a fan of Radio News. And I did say, I made one post saying that she should knock off her approach to Holmseth, that if she disagrees with Holmseth uh, in what he's doing, she should argue as an adult and not uh, do to him what she was doing. And it turned out defending Holmseth was a mistake. Number one, I got attacked by Radio News for doing it. Kathy Lake, no. Levi Page is not and never was Radio News. Radio News was a retired telephone operator from Georgia. Do your homework. Getting back to the subject on hand. So anyway, I made the mistake of coming to the defense of Tim Holmseth. And this was before I knew about all the stalking that this guy had done, about the fact that he had contacted children and was making sexual comments to the children. So, and then he started attacking me for no reason. He does this all the time. He's done it to Fireman John and so forth. So, all I have been trying to do is to get Holmseth to leave me the fuck alone, to get these lies and stuff off his social media, and he won't do it. And so, because I have the right, the First Amendment constitutional right, to defend myself against his slander and libel. And this channel was made for that specific reason. Now, if Timothy doesn't like it, he can shove it up his ass, as well as all these other idiots over on that channel. I am not going to be accused of being a gun dealer, a child serial killer, and all this other bullshit, and just sit back and take it. Observing Murtaugh. Oh, I guess Astro is back. Picasso probably likes Levi Page better, if you need to know that. They've known each other a hell of a lot longer than I've known them. But, Astro, why do you keep bringing up the underwear picture? Now you're using it as an avatar, so people finally get to see the underwear picture. And there's proof right there on the screen, folks, that she is obsessed with um, Levi. And yeah, Jolly, this Astro has been around for more than a decade. She was Holmes's biggest supporter. It's just, she's more a hater of Levi Page than a supporter of Holmes's. Really strange woman. But this is the kind of people that Timothy attracts. SB apparently you don't know how to read because this information has been out for years. Uh, it was when the case first came in the limelight. One of the first thing they uh, said was that the girls were posed, and it's in the probable cause. Go read the probable cause. What is with you people? You don't know how to read? See, this is the problem with these people. They make these statements and they don't read. Now, there has been statements that came out from law enforcement in the probable cause and in earlier interviews they gave right around the time this first case first came out that they took the clothes off the children. This is something that's been known for years. Why these people don't know this, I don't know. They seem to be interested in this case enough to go along with Timmy's defending of Richard Allen, and yet they don't do research. And so, you can't argue with stupid. And SB and these other people over there are stupid. Because, number one, Timmy makes this comment about the gun and he doesn't follow up. What is this secret evidence about this gun? Yeah, Jamie, um, there is a person by the name of Astro from the state of Virginia, and for years she has been attacking Levi Page. She somehow got a hold of pictures alleging him in his underwear, and she posts this stuff everywhere. And she has come in and created, last count, 26 different names. And she will contact me by private message. She will put the pictures on my private message. And then she even went over to Telegram and put the pictures in there. But when she deletes her account, the pictures go away. Timmy is 50. Let's see, 51, 52. He's in his 50s. He's early 50s. Um, he's born, I believe, in 1968. Although I'm not sure if that was his adopted date that's on the um, mugshot or his actual age. Tim Holmseth is adopted, and it was an open adoption because he knew his birth name. And so I don't know um, the exact circumstances behind the adoption. Oh, this idiot over on Telegram is saying I'm Whitey Bulger again. Well, I'll tell you what, SB. You're going to be a witness in the lawsuit that Timmy has filed, so you'll be able to get your answers then. Because I'm going to be asking you a few questions. You know, and it is defamation, SB, to keep calling me Whitey Bulger, so. I wouldn't be surprised if Smiley Bulger isn't um, Astro, because she talks just like Astro talks. Yeah, you know, you can't prove who anybody is on some of these things. Holy cow, this is a long one. It'd take me all night to read this one. Uh, well, this is that nonsense he fought. Uh, Upper or lowercase doesn't matter. Your legal name is your legal name. So, you know, more crap with Holmes. I am stalking Timothy Charles Holmeseth. Oh, really? Well, tell you what, you can prove that in court. But Timothy Holmeseth is stalking me. I mean, yeah, and so are you for that matter. You know, with this Whitey Bulger stuff. So don't, you know, people are dumb. I love some of these comments. Uh, actually, that's correct. Randy found him online, and you know, went to his apartment. This has been well documented. Mm. Oh shit. So you know, but yeah, Bulger chick over on Telegram. Why don't you give us your input on whether or not Timmy's going to show up in Ohio? You know, he's got 5, 6 days before he has to report to the state of Ohio. The running bet is he is not going to show up. So, what do you think? Judging to me and Randy, have you ever had an affair? Probably not, because you are incapable of love. You are evil. Ooh, this is an interesting comment from Selena. And I'm going to bring this over into chat. Because they won't comment in here. They comment over in Telegram. And so this was put into, this is the kind of shit that's coming up. That means that Selena is admitting that Timmy and Randy are having an affair. While Randy's husband is supposedly in the hospital dying of cancer. Isn't that nice? I believe I found him in jail, Broward Family Court fraud. I have no idea what that's about. Well, you said it, Selena. I'm just quoting what you said. You said, have you ever had an affair? So that's implying that they had an affair. Yeah, that's what the church says, Artemis. Astro's not my peep. I'm just quoting what you said. Words mean things. I don't care if they had an affair or not. But it is a fact. It was one time there that Randy Erickson actually went by Randy Holmseth. This was quite a while back. So, see, now you're making a false accusation. I don't. Astro and I are enemies. If you go over on Twitter and read the time has come over there, she makes it clear what she feels about me. Well, Selena, I guess she answered your question. I'm evil and I am incapable of love, so I guess I never had an affair. So that ends that problem. I like how people make judgments of me and they've never met me, but that's the kind of people that Timmy attracts. That Joker is an understatement. Tabloid material. Yeah, that's what Timothy is. He's a tabloid non-journalist. Uh, am I? Boy, we're getting. Old Mark wants to know if I'm off the Pepsi. I mean, talk about people that are sticklers for details. Yeah, that's Mark is watching me drink my Coke, my cherry Coke. No, I'm not off the Pepsi, but the vending machines where I got this from didn't have Pepsi because I'll drink either Pepsi or Coke, or sometimes I'll drink Dr. Pepper. Good night, Jolly 71 or Joker 71. Thanks for tuning in. But you know, the vending machine only had Coke products. How did Levi get on Homestead radar? Well, actually, I think it's Levi's fault. But back during the early part of the Haley Cummings case, Levi came to the defense of Kim Picasio, and he was rather aggressive about it. And so him and Homestead got into a bit of a conflict. and it's been going on ever since. Um, they went after each other, and they still go after each other. It's just the way it is. Because Levi didn't like the fact that Holmseth was lying. All right, we had a bit of a technical difficulty there. I had to straighten it out. I don't know what happened. I guess software got knocked. They make imposter accounts. No, we don't. You make the imposter accounts. I don't. I don't even know how. As far as Telegram is concerned, I wouldn't know how to make an imposter account. I'm not. I am not computer savvy, so to speak. I'm just a dumb old retired truck driver with a small YouTube channel, and these people make me out as if I'm some uh, MIT scientist or something. They were aggressive with each other, but oh bullshit, Mert. Okay, you're not gonna believe anything I say anyway, so fuck it. You people have your mind made up over there. Timmy and Randy have got you people brainwashed, and so you're gonna believe whatever it is you want to believe. Oh, thank you, Laurie. I appreciate that. You know, Mark, that's what Timmy said. Apparently you don't know how to read either. I never said that I worked with a cyber task force or I worked for the FBI or any of that. That was all Timmy's doing. Timmy says I'm an FBI operative. I'm an FBI this. He had me associated with the CIA. So it's all Timmy. It's on his blog and it's on the BitChute. It's there. Go look for it. You know, well, infiltrated. What can I say? They show up. Whoever that fake infiltrated is, as a supporter of Homeseth. So, and that's the thing, infiltrated. You proved once again you cannot rely on who is who on the internet. I have stated before that material that Tim Holseth is using against me is not me. It was done by someone who hacked into an old account I used to have. But you don't seem to understand that. But boy, somebody impersonates you, and oh, yeah, it's easy to impersonate. I'm not jealous of Holmseth and his journalism. I'm not a journalist by trade. I'm a retired truck driver with a tiny YouTube channel. I have life outside the internet. I don't care if if he wins a Pulitzer, fine. I don't give a shit. All I want him to do is leave me alone. We know who is who to a certain degree. Well, fine, then prove it. You'll have your chance to prove it in court. Avatar, your avatar is a comic book character. I'm having a conversation on Telegram again. Um, that I have no life out of Homestead. Oh, okay. So is your press pass. Whatever, Mark. Mark doesn't like my press pass. And incidentally, Mark, since you didn't do your research, the IAPP is press photographers because I'm a photojournalist. I take pictures. Oh, I wonder something. Uh, do, 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 do. Oops, wrong one. Let's get out of there. Let's go over here. Shadow government merge. I'm trying to see. Yeah, maybe it's over on the blog. Donate. Okay, that's a different donation site. I was curious. I was checking to see if he's made any progress on that $40,000 car. Because he's begging. He's got 3 separate donation sites set up. You know, for a guy that's having mechanical problems with his car, he sure gets around. Because he's begging for money to buy a $40,000 car. He has one donation site because he wants to send stuff to the former president, which if he's one man, if he's that close to Trump, why does he have to have all this money to contact Trump? And then the third one is just so he can survive on the road. You know, he needs to eat and all this stuff. I guess the couch surfing isn't providing enough um, stuff for him. But Jesus, he's got enough articles about me on here. Unbelievable. I, I think the last time I counted, I think he had over 200 articles about me on this um, rag of his. Geez, I think he's got more articles on me than he does on Levi Page. Oh, we got another troll. Levi is jealous of TH's credentials. Looks Astro, really? Or you might as well come in here under your own name. I mean, for God's sake. I mean, you keep making these troll accounts, and you're just making yourself look stupid because we all know that you've had an obsession with Levi since 2009. You don't have a life of your own. You go around putting up people's underwear pictures. I mean, you know, get help, will you? Jeez. Unbelievable. Yeah, these people are really weird. They pay more attention to this little channel than anything else. I mean, every time I go on the air, they uh, put a link to my channel over on their Telegram, which is how I find out about them because it gets bounced back to me. And then they whine and cry. Yeah, really weird. And, this Whitey Bulger threatened to sue me, never did. They're months now, and haven't heard a thing from her. Finders, 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 finders. Where the hell did it go? Trying to find this stupid thing. Well, fuck it. See what this one is. What happened to Fireman Johnny Board? Well, he probably got tired of your bullshit and just decided to go get off the internet. That's what you people do. You drive people away from my channel by accusing them of things that they didn't say or do. It's sabotage. So, who is Morgan from Lake County? I haven't any idea who Morgan from Lake County is. John Durham has been discredited. The guy's an idiot. And, fine, Mr. Durham shows up. He's not scared of him. Well, I'm not looking for a car, and it's Timmy that's looking for a car. My car's fine. I got a 2012 Honda Fit and my little oh my goodness. Boy, they got some stupid people over there. Now we got Pepsi's flavoring is made of aborted human fetal cells. The flavoring is HEK293. Boy, these people really are stupid. But, here we go with the conspiracy theories again. Yeah, you gotta love these people. They show their stupidity every night. Yeah. I wonder where this is the first time I've heard this one. Yeah, I wonder. Mert is an MIT scientist. Yeah, right. I really wish I was. They make good money. I mean, if I was an MIT scientist, I wouldn't be in an old 30-year-old mobile home with no air conditioning and on Social Security. I'd be on a beach somewhere, and I wouldn't be fooling around with these idiots. Selena's got to be Astro. Oh yes, Smitey's put up screenshots. Nope, never did. That turned out to be a hoax perpetrated by radio, by the way. That whole thing was a hoax. See if there's anything else. There is on December 6th. There was an entry made in the Marion County Court on the case of Neely Petrie Blanchard. There's going to be a deposition coming up, and I have a FOIA in for that. So as soon as the information comes through from Marion County, I'll let everybody know what that's about. Okay, what do we got here? We have a verified motion for change of venue from the county. I gotta put this where I can read it. On October 28, 2022, State of Indiana filed a probable cause affidavit and charging information. And let's see. 2. The allegations stem from the highly publicized death of 2 Carroll County teenagers. That even before Richard Allen had been accused of these crimes, the matter had been highly publicized. The extensive media attention began while the victims were missing. The extensive media attention continued after the victims were found. The extensive media attention continued for the next 80 months, 5+ years. What it is there's a list of reasons why the defense feels that the trial needs to be moved out of Carroll County. And so they are going to argue that after January. Yeah, I just got notified that my Social Security is going up a little bit. Boy, somebody's been busy. They've got the quote-unquote enterprise started during the Casey Anthony case. I took one of my vans out of inventory and used it as a mobile live streaming van. 2000 at the end, right around the time that they were searching for Kaylee Anthony. I do not have tattoos, so 2008, well, no, more like 2009. Because trying to think of when it would have been. I converted the van over in the fall, right around just before they started searching for Kaylee Anthony when Texas EquiSearch came. It took me about 4 days to convert the van over. And I had to have, I had the air conditioner done, but I had to wire up the cameras and do all the testing and stuff I do when I configure these things and get it ready for the road. But let's see, that's a picture of my left arm. This is my left arm, whoever put that picture up. I do not have a tattoo. I'll even put it up. See? No tattoo. So, what you did is you blew up the picture that was copied from a video, and it's not showing too clear. I don't know where the hell you think. Not that it makes any difference. No, I didn't do armpit videos. That SB, you're not doing very good with your research. That is a Channel 6 video. You screen grab from the Channel 6 video. Doing a little plagiarism there. And the reason for that, by the way, is because my wireless transmitter doesn't work in the van. I had to reach up to do it. Oh, we're going through the stalker pages. Um, yeah, this is Astro's work. So you're promoting Astro. Good for you. Yeah, that's these increases in Social Security get offset because my electricity bill and my rent is going up here. So it just basically all I'm doing is keeping up, barely. So there's no gain really by the time everything's figured out. This what they're doing is I'm going to bring this into the room. They are actually this shows how extensively I was stalked. Um, Somebody made this Eyes on Joy over on YouTube. Um, they have one, two, three, four. And these, yeah, this shows how I was constantly attacked. And Selena, I put the link over in my room, so everybody's going to see all these videos anyway. But all you're doing, Selena, is you're proving that I have been stalked for over a decade. You know, people made these goofy chants. You know, this is cyberbullying, cyber stalking. So, and you seem to be in favor of that. And it's kind of funny that you put up the trademark copyright because that's exactly what Tim Holmseth did. I put an application in for a trademark and copyright on my channel back then. So, and yeah, I did, you know, the caretaker letter is well known. That was a mistake I made years ago and I fessed up to it. Do I know Roy Kronk? No. And for those who want to know, Roy Kronk is the individual that found Kelly Anthony after the floodwaters receded. And he was crucified because he found Kelly Anthony. If it had not been for Roy Kronk, Kelly Anthony would never have been found. So, do I know Jesse Grund? I know the father. If Jesse's the father, I don't know the boyfriend. I know the father, Pastor Grund. I'm surprised you haven't found that video yet. Now, this is the impersonation. They put up the chat. Now, Punisher for Truth is whining that she got impersonated in my chat. And this thing they put up uh, is a fake chat. And I reported this to the Leesburg City Police Department, which is the lead agency for Trenton Duckett. And I also went to the Lake County Sheriff's Department, where I used to live. And both agencies looked at this chat and they determined it was fake because why are you friends with Pastor Grun? Well, I'll tell you, I only met Pastor Grun once or twice, and he did have the ceremony at Blanchard Park for uh, Kaylee Anthony and at the site where she was found. Um, Jesse Grun, Pastor Grun, is a man of God. You know what that is, don't you? You know what a pastor is? I mean, that means he's religious. But I guess you don't, you have this thing against pastors, I guess. But I have, since the Anthony case, since that ceremony at Blanchard Park, I have never seen Pastor Grun again. And this was 10 years ago. So, you know, Pastor Grun is Pastor Grun. He's well, SB, you apparently don't know anything because I broadcast it. When they found Kaylee Anthony's body, it was over on less than a quarter of a mile from where Casey Anthony lived. And it was well known. All the all the television media reported it. They were there. This must be Astro because she knows an awful lot. Um, so I'm gonna, but the pastor did a ceremony at the site where Kaylee was found, and I was there live streaming it. Uh, Dog the bounty hunter was there. A couple of other people that were prominent were there. And this was because um, now the Anthonys had what they called a ban list. This is what SB's commenting about. There were 32 people that were banned from the private ceremony, which I wouldn't have gone to anyway. It was a private ceremony held in a church, and for $29.95 you could buy the CD. They actually sold CDs of the ceremony. $29.95. It was, this is back in 2009, 2010. That's a pretty good chunk of money for a CD. But anyway, Nancy Grace was banned. Every single media personality from Orlando. Mike DeForest, which is the man that made the famous video that Tim Holmseth uses of me, he was banned. There were 3 major reporters for the local networks. They were banned. They banned half the news media. And they banned me. Levi Page wasn't banned. But they didn't like Nancy Grace at all. So she got banned. So there were a lot of people banned. So yeah, I was banned from the church. So what else is new? But you might want to mention that in that very same news report that Timothy uses, I had 4,000 viewers on my live stream with virtually no promotion, no advertising. It was word of mouth through the internet. And there was a TV station in Ohio that covered me. I actually, a teacher was live streaming my stuff into her classroom. And I was the only one in the United States that was doing 24-hour a day, 7-day coverage of that case. Kim Pacazio's on the right. Levi's in the center, and I cannot remember the name of that reporter. That is an HLN reporter. Uh, but this was back when Misty Crosland uh, was going to cut a deal or something. I can't remember exactly what the situation was with that. But the lady on the left is was one of the top reporters for HLN at the time, and she interviewed Levi and she interviewed Kim Picazio. And this is why Tim Holmseth is jealous, because Kim Picazio was a regular on HLN, and so was Levi Page. Uh, and Tim was never on any major news media. That's why Timmy's. Teresa, he's not guilty of anything. And I'm not guilty of anything. What in hell were you doing standing in front of the Duckett's apartment? It's public property. I have permission from, no, SB. Sheila, you know, once again, you're proving I was stalked. And you're actually, Selena, you realize that the person that was stalking me is a convicted pedophile, right? You're defending another. What is it with these people and defending pedophiles? Oh, really weird. No, I don't. Homestead doesn't care about fame. Uh huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. And Homestead is mad at uh all the people he's mad at because they won't give him the time of day. He's mad at Flynn because he wouldn't uh pay attention to him. He got mad at David Lester Straight because Straight wouldn't pay attention to him. And the same thing with the attorney. Tim literally begged these people to interview him, do all this stuff, and they wouldn't do it. So he turned against them. It's a matter of record. All you got to do is go back and read. It's all out there. It's in Timothy's own words. What's this? Sun Sentinel. Couple of this is an interesting article. Somebody must be in touch with Astro, because that's where all this stuff is coming from. This here is an interesting story. Sun Sentinel has a section. It's an opinion page, and I had a long conversation with Liz about this. But there is a woman that used to be follow me around on my chat, and she would come into my chat, and she wanted to be a uh, reporter while I was covering the Anthony trial. She wanted to stand outside. She wanted to be a commentator, and then she wanted to write a book about the case. She wanted to go on a cruise line because she's one of these ladies. She was a regular on one of the major cruise lines down in Miami. She took cruises. She wanted to give lectures on the cruise. She wanted me to come along and be there on these cruises doing these lectures, and I turned her down. And because I turned her down, she did this article. This is her. She gave it to this reporter. And there's a couple things that are wrong with this. Now, it is true. I took one of my lies. She got this. Now, let's see. Mert purchased an old TB truck to gain more credibility. That's not quite correct. And Mike DeForest knows this. The van came out of my inventory. I used to lease these things to media outlets. And rather than take the van to the auction and sell it, I converted it over into the only non-commercial live streaming van in the United States, capable of broadcasting live while mobile over the internet. This is something nobody else has done did at that time. And this was this was completely interactive. I used to be, the audience would text me saying, "Can you turn the camera to look over at Dog the Bounty Hunter having an interview?" I would rotate the camera over, I would zoom in, and with a special microphone I had, I could zoom in and listen to the interview. And that's, that's why Mike DeForest was fascinated with that particular um, story. And that's what this, basically, she took this story from Channel 6 and plagiarized it in this article. They didn't source that it was Channel 6, they just wrote it out. That's plagiarism. But this woman, she did this because she was mad that I would not join her on these cruises. And they put up a link to this was a pedophile that started a defamatory blog against me, so they put that up. Yeah, that's, people simply do not understand that if they would quit lying about me and delete their lies already made, that I would go away. I said that back in December 21st, 2012, and 10 years later, we're still at this. And what's funny is, it's still true today. These people badgered me for 10 years, and they will not quit. So, you know, you're proving exactly what I'm saying, Kathy. They keep bringing this shit up over and over and over and over again. Am I on Scared Monkeys? I don't know, Selena. Uh, I didn't know if Scared Monkeys was even up anymore. I used to be a regular over there. But, there's, so I don't know. I've forgotten about all this stuff. In 2008, Mert claimed he had an interview with George Anthony and said George Anthony abruptly canceled. That's correct. George had agreed to an interview, but then canceled immediately. So, he just, this the victim's anti-cybercrime task force was another impersonator. And how this one came about is the back then there was romance scams going on. And what had happened is a friend of mine who lived over in Melbourne had a work associate that was communicating with this woman. And she was asking for airplane tickets to get out of the country. She wanted to, she said she's in love with this guy. She wants to come over to the United States, but she needs money. She first needed money to get her passport back. She needed money to get out of the hospital. There was always some reason. And he was into this woman for $5,000 that he had sent her. And so she came, and so my friend contacted me and asked me to look into it. And I said, sure, I'll look at it. And I tracked down the person, and this was a person in Lagos, Nigeria, South Africa. It was a male operating out of an internet cafe, and he had a picture of a model that he was sending around pretending to be this woman, and he was scamming people from all over the United States. And so I showed the guy. I says, here is who you are talking to. And so with my help, we went to the state attorney and filed charges. They went to the federal government and they shut the guy down. And in retaliation, this happened over on one of those chats. I think it was Blogspot or something like that. But it was an impersonation. I even told the moderator, he says, it's not me. I said, I don't know why they're doing it, but the thing of it is, it's very, very easy to impersonate somebody on the internet. Infiltrated admitted it. She says people coming into this chat is not her. And the command said the same thing, that there are trolls coming into my chat impersonating them. Well, this thing that is put up over in Telegram is exactly that. It's an impersonator. And it's the same thing that happened with the other material they put up. This is all impersonations. But they, when it comes to me, they don't want to believe that things are not true. But they want people to believe that they're being lied about. They're hypocrites. They say, oh, I'm being impersonated. I'm this, I'm that. But when people actually are impersonated, they disregard it. I've had this argument with Homeseth for 6 years. I says, look, it's bogus. Do your homework. He says, I'm not obligated to investigate. Famous line from Tim Homeseth. I am not obligated to investigate your claims. He's supposed to be an investigative reporter, and he refuses to investigate. This is how much of a liar and how much of a hypocrite Tim Homeseth is. Now what? Well, this is interesting. SB just put up the evidence. Thank you, SB. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I gotta love these people. Yeah, they just proved exactly what I was saying. Person Tom's girl, I'm not sure. This was in 2008. At this time, Mert's personal site has been hacked, as well as some parts of his cam site. Entering in these sites at this time should be taken with extreme caution. You just proved my point. Selena Brown just uh, proved my point. And let's see. Okay, let's see. Not me getting down here. This is what they put over on Telegram. Um, Now this is in 2008. This is right around the time that the chat that gets put up came about. So they are at Tom's Girl is admitting that my live stream had been hacked and all my websites had been hacked. This was done by the same pedophile that used to make the calls to me. Uh, huh, this is interesting. Oh, this is now I know where this is. This is Scared Monkeys. Looks like you did work on some task force. No, I didn't. You're not. You're not. Um, what you're reading is a chat that was taking place while I was live streaming at Blanchard Park. And what had happened is that divers that were in the river, the Econ River, found what they thought were Kaylee's bones, and it turned out to be a discarded bag of beads. They uh, hmm. Mert scammed women out of their hard-earned money back when he was webcamming the searches for Kaylee Anthony. He needed money for tires, his data bill for food, and then it continued. This is from a WordPress blog. Uh, Mert has been busted, and it was another one of these sites. Huh. Well, all right. I guess I'm a big crook, so everybody, don't listen to my show. I'm a big crook, according to these people. What can I say? Yeah, and then they whine at me when I say the same thing about Tim Homestead. I'm not the one that's begging for a $40,000 car. I'm not the one begging for money to tell something to uh, President Trump and all of that. I mean, Timmy's got something like $20,000 right now in donations. And then they're coming after me. Well, Sheila, you're not doing a very good job. It's very easy to find out my background. Sheila Brown writes, What else I don't understand is William K. Murtaugh, aka Mert, has stated many times all the jobs he has had, but I can't find one piece of information on my searches. Well, what are you using for a search? The only one I can find is Lonely Heart Scam crap he did besides other ones listed in post above. But does anyone remember him saying he was a tour guide in Florida, a deputy sheriff, a U.S. Marshal, notary? Anyone can send in $5 and be one of those. Well, not $5, but I was one also. No big deal there. Yeah, yeah. And um, Randy brags that she's a notary, and the current price, by the way, Selena, is $125. Now, I used to, I was a dealer, automotive dealer, and I had to have a notary stamp because I processed documents when making transactions. So, cheap ass comedy show. Well, okay. I guess weird, man. These people are obsessed. Yeah, and this is supposed to be people caring for children, child trafficking, all that, and they're too busy paying attention to me. Oh, well. Yeah, it's like I said. I've got nothing to hide. Oh, Holly Briley. Yeah, water lily, if you had done your homework. STI Auto Sales was a dealership. You know, auto sales. That's what I did. I used to sell cars. That's what I was doing in 2000, about 7 years is what I used to do. Mark, what that is you can go to Holly Briley, who lives in Ohio, and she can explain that. That is a altered picture. Yeah, STI Auto Sales. Look it up on Dunn and Bradstreet. I mean, that was a business that was destroyed by people like Homestead who would not leave me alone. Boy, what rock have you been hiding under? Hell, everybody knows that. Yeah, information's not free anymore. Uh, Dun and Bradstreet still has me on their business directory. Interesting. Key principal, William K. Murtaugh. Annual income $3 million per year. Satellite Technologies and Innovations is what it stands for. Okay, this is interesting, Selena. Uh, guess who Beacon Hell is? Want to take a guess as to who Beacon Hell is? And no, I did not defend her. Tim Holmseth knows this story. I've told it 100 times. It's on my YouTube channel. When I was running the business, I was making $3 million a year. That was the revenue as reported by Dun and Bradstreet. Goddard is the one that found out about the convicted sex offender. And what people don't understand is number one, I didn't defend Tinkerbell, which is who this woman was. What had happened is Tinkerbell was a moderator over on Web Sleuth of the discussion of Kaylee Anthony. And she was the woman that appeared in the Channel 6 report on my live stream. Her sister was one of my moderators. When this story came out, the woman confessed to 4 counts of lewd acts in the presence of children. And she testified against her husband. So she didn't serve jail time. Now, this was back before there was a sex offender registry. She was an unregistered sex offender. Alex Goddard somehow found out about this. This was back when Alex and I were at odds with each other. And a lot of material out there that you've been posting, Selena, came from Alex Goddard. This came out, and immediately the sister got on my chat without my permission and stated that the children had lied and framed her sister. And when I found out, I gave him hell. I had a private meeting and I said, do not discuss this woman on my channel. I do not condone it. I have seen the evidence. I've seen the photographs. I went to the Lake County courthouse, got the transcripts for the case, and saw the pictures. Because what happened is the woman had sex with her husband on a kitchen table in their mobile home with the children watching. The husband then had the child take a picture, several pictures in fact, of the woman's sex organs. This was brought out in court, and in spite of all this woman gets on my channel and says that the kids lied. And I said, no, you can't do this. And so I said, fuck it, you're all done. I will have no more administrators on this channel. I'm shutting it down. And that is how the chat was created, because she went and gave my login information to people from 4chan and an individual by the name of Monoxide, MMAC. They created the chat that you people see all the time. And that's it. That's the story right there. That is how these chats came about. This is why I have had trouble trying to do live streams from that day forward, and why I lost my business was because of some woman that went on my channel and said that these kids lied, and I wouldn't let them do it. So, Mark, there you are. This is what Alex Goddard did to me 10 years ago. Right there. But she apologized for it because she finally realized that she had made a mistake, and that's the end of that. But unlike Homestead, I don't hide. What the hell is this? Yeah, they now the Shamrock charge, the charm that came up, that was found stuck to a tree, and they found out that it was a charm that Casey Anthony used to wear and also gave to Kelly, and that was the reason for the search to begin with, was that charm. Well, water lily, this is the thing. Back then, people were believing all the false rumors. And am I toxic? What do you mean by that? I guess I am now because I used to be a very trusting and open person, but I don't trust anybody anymore. I've lost faith in people, because of what I've had to go through all these years. I'm very disappointed in the way the internet's turned out. It's not about truth anymore. It's about bullying. It's you know people attack each other. People get on and they pretend to be part of all these task forces and that they're one man away from the president of the United States, and people believe it. It's unbelievable. Do I trust Kim Pacasio? Yeah, she's been honest. She's been nothing but honest with me. You know, so yeah, I trust Kim Pacasio. She's a very good friend of mine. She's been forced to suffer some really bad stuff because of Tim Homestead. Um, her children were attacked by Homestead. Everything that's been happening to Kim Pacasio has been because of Tim Homestead. And all the judgments that are made against Kim Pacasio is because of Tim Homestead. Not paranoid either. Yeah, that's correct, Selena. I mean, we've been down, I don't know, you must have been hiding under a rock because I've gone over this before. Kim and I used to fight each other all the time because Kim mistakenly thought that I was on Tim's side and that I was behind a whole bunch of sock accounts that had been going on at that time. And it turned out that it was radio news doing all this. That she was going around creating hundreds of sock accounts and pitting everybody against each other. And Astro was right in there with radio. But radio created a lot of the stuff about me that you posted in your Telegram account tonight. And, you know, this is what you guys do. You go chasing down rumors instead of chasing down facts. You're looking at long dead blogs, long dead chats that haven't been around in almost a decade and running me over the coals about it and just proving exactly what I've been saying. And, tonight you did. Because this right here, I was hacked by the sister of the woman that was an unregistered sex offender. The woman that confessed to 4 counts of lewd acts in the presence of children. And all these blogs and all the stuff out there is the price I had to pay for not allowing that woman to come on my live stream and declare those children as liars. And so that's the thanks I get for it. The domestic connection between Homestead and Pacasio doesn't exist, which is a basic. Well, Mark, you don't understand how the court system works. And, you know, why don't you do some research? Because it was upheld both by the state of Florida and by the state of Minnesota. They both do the same thing. So if you want to go and hire a lawyer for Tim so he can get that thrown off, fine. Yeah, Selena, that's correct. You get Kim Picazio on the phone, and you may not get a word in edgewise. That woman loves to talk on the phone. Yes, I did. Just like I called Tim Holmseth a disgrace to his profession, whatever that is. Again, we were like two pit bulls fighting each other. We were mad at each other and we fought hard. However, Kim is professional enough to realize when she is wrong and when she misjudged. And once we found out that it was radio that was playing the both of us, we became friends because we understood that we were being played. And, I don't recall that one, Selena, or Astro, which, you might as well admit you're Astro because only Astro has this much information on file. But, again, Selena, this is 10 years ago. This is 2008, 2009, 2012. So what? You know, all you're doing, Selena, is getting into gossip. I mean, you're just like Astro, so you probably are Astro because all you're doing is repeating gossip. It's gossip, 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 gossip. So what? Yes. So I called her horny. So what? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this is, looking at your Telegram page over there is like looking at a soap opera. I mean, this looks like One Day to Live over there. We're talking about love affairs and adultery and all kinds of shit. Big freaking deal. What does this have to do with missing and exploited children? What does this have to do with the Delphi case? Absolutely nothing. But you guys like to do, and this is all you people are capable of. So, again, all you're doing is repeating soap opera stuff. You just, what am I supposed to do? Say she's frigid? I mean, Jesus Christ, you people are something else. But that's all you want to do. You want to sit there and humiliate this woman who has done nothing wrong, trying to live her life. She doesn't even come on the internet, and you keep this shit up, all because of Timmy, this weak little coward that won't show his face on the internet except a couple of selfies, going around couch surfing off of people, filing these idiotic lawsuits. Yes, Selena, I didn't approve of that. So what? I mean, you're sitting here. You people ought to go over, anybody that's in my room ought to go over to the Telegram and read this nonsense. Because that's all these people are. And yeah, they just it's the hell's the link to this thing? I can't. It's the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force chat. Um, Boy, their numbers have been dropping. But And you go over there and all of this is gossip, 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 gossip. Nothing of any substance. Just pure unmitigated gossip. And whoever this Sheila has got to be, yep, that's definitely Astro. Because now we're bringing up Levi Page's tuition again. So, we're going to, what's Kathy Lake doing? She's gotten into the cesspool of lies with the rest of these people. And it goes around and around and around and around. Mert, what this one? Yeah, here we go with radio. This is one of the art. Yeah, it's funny. Read that. Yeah, it is my article. Read it. The whole thing. I mean, the archive, as far as I know, it's still up. And it says, radio lies yet again, the great making money off a dead child hoax. This was written in 2013, 9 years ago. And what I'm going to do, because I don't hide things. So I'm going to bring this into the room so you people see what's going on here. How old am I? I'm 72 years old. I was born on October 10th, 1950. 50. So do the math. 72. October 10th turned 72. All right, let's see. Now this uh, was an article I did back in 2013. This is an example of uh, what I was going through back then and the games that radio was playing with all of us. And back then, this is the same thing that um, what happened earlier here with these people claiming that I uh, was trying to make money off of all this, and I wasn't. I actually lost. I spent with the reconfiguration of the van, uh, the terror rating, not anymore. Because of Tim Homeseth, I'm no longer. He talked me out of that by his treatment. So you can thank Timmy for that. But getting back, um, when Kaylee Anthony was found, people wanted to do something in her memory. And as it turned out, there is a park in Mount Dora, in Eustis, Florida, excuse me, uh, near where we used to live in Lake County. And when my son passed away, the office workers where my wife used to work went there and got a bench and had his name put on it, a memorial bench. This is something that the park did up there. And you could go and spend $500, buy this bench. They would put a plaque with your loved one on it, and they would put it in the park. And so I mentioned this in the room, and we decided that there would be donations made directly to the organization that sponsors the benches. I said, do not send the money to me, send the checks to the organization. I called the organization and they said, don't do that. They say, we can't accept all these checks. It has to be a pool, it has to be one check for the bench. And I said, okay. I reported to the room. I said, look, this is what we have to do. So it was decided that they would send me the checks. I would deposit them in the bank. I would cut a check to the park for the bench. The bench was $500. Wound up raising just a little over $300. And I paid the difference. So I paid a little under $200 difference for the bench. Paid the $500 for the bench. The committee decided that because of all the uproar going on with the Anthonys, that they did not want to put the bench in the park with his name on it, because what had happened is someone called the commission and told them what we were doing and said that they were going to create an uproar if the bench was put in the park. And so they said, we can't have this. And so I got on the air and I says, everybody, I'm going to have to give everybody's money back because of what happened with the bench. They are not going to allow the bench in the park. And so people in the chat decided, look, uh, why not give the money to Texas EquiSearch? They were up in Palatka looking for Haley Cummings. And there was a vote taken. All but two people decided they wanted to donate to the band and to Texas EquiSearch. One woman wanted me to take the money that she had donated and donated to a woman up in Gainesville that rescued dogs. So I did that, and another individual wanted his money back, so I sent that guy his money. I went up to the search site at Texas EquiSearch, and again, because I lost two donations, I paid the difference and paid $500 to Texas EquiSearch to help them out on the search. And that's what happened to the bench money. Now, in one of my blogs, there's a thing called Benched. That's one of my articles. So if you go and search, you will find Benched, and that will explain that one. Huh, this is interesting. I didn't even know about this one. Log war started when Redacted posted what has become known as the pig balls photo. An anonymous group found the original photo, inserted the photos of certain individuals, and Redacted was one of them. The photo somehow came to the attention of Redacted and her husband. In a series of emails with me this evening, Redacted declared that she has no contact with Redacted or Redacted. Redacted declares that she does not contribute to Redacted in any way. She is not Redacted, nor does she participate in any actions of Redacted or her group of followers. Redacted is therefore asking that the photos with her in it be removed immediately. She has indicated she is considering legal action if the photo is not removed. Well, I guess people can guess who that is. Yeah, this is definitely Astro. Um, that's Nancy Grace. Boy, Astro, you're busy. You're in my chat and you're over on Telegram. Boy, you're just really racking it up. How the hell are you managing all that? Let's see. This one. This isn't even my Twitter account. I never used the name Mert. Now, what the hell is. Yeah, what the hell is this? Oh, well. Of course, Kathy, have you been sleeping under a rock? Of course I didn't always support Picasso. Jesus. Yeah, you got a bad memory or something. I'll be right back, folks. Ah, lovely. This book that I just spent a minute and a half reading and had my mic muted has an interesting passage in it. It's called Hell. Now, there's a woman who did a recording. She read the passage. I read the passage. This guy's talking about specters eating babies. He's talking about specters, the devil's child, living in his intestine, peeling a banana, and having maggots all over me, all over him. This is the guy that you people follow. I'm going to read this again now that I got the mic turned back on so you people understand the mind of this guy. Oh, how beautiful, I think to myself as I ponder the image of the adorable little baby gazing up at me. A gentle smile, and at the corner of its eyes, I slowly to begin to drift towards the place where she is. And yet again, I have made a horrible mistake. In an instant, the tender eyes of the child morph into those of a dog. Its gentle smile becomes a menacing grin with rows and rows of green, rotting teeth as it giggles. Timmy, 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 want to dance? Want to dance? Want to dance? Oh my God. It feels like a cement block is sitting on my chest as I fight ferociously to breathe. I can't get my eyes open. My battle for oxygen abruptly ends because I cannot feel my body anymore. I know my eyes are there somewhere, but they won't obey my commands. They are attached to my carcass like closed windows. I desperately need to see the light, but I can't open my eyes. I am not attached to them anymore. I am yowling out to them, commanding them to open, but they won't recognize my voice. Oh my God, not this place again. A squealing roar permeates the entire abyss where I am trapped. Another specter runs up and assaults the baby monster, biting into its toes and grinding them in its teeth. The sound of squealing and crunching bones is audible as blood spurts all over, then turns into feces. Then, in an instant, the baby becomes a real human again. What are you looking at, fucker? It says. Then, in an instant, I am inside of its intestines. Get attached to your eyes, I hear a voice saying to me. Try to get attached to your eyes. Let in the light. Let in the light. Get to the light. The shrill noises are becoming deafening. The specters are excreting on each other and eating it. They are engaging in sexual acts with instruments. Excuse me. They are raping and torturing each other. They are licking their fingers and giggling. They laugh and they cry. There is no up, down, or horizon. One of them tells me he wants to live inside my bones, unpeels the banana, and then politely offers me a bite. His skin turns into banana peels. There are maggots on him. I can smell. I can taste the smell. It is truly the weeping and gnashing of teeth. Your eyes, Tim, your eyes, I hear again. I know the only escape from this horrible place is through my eyes because the light is on the other side of them. I begin to hear a chat that gets faster and faster if tapping a well. Your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes. Wham! I am pulverized by a huge wave of light and my back arches up. I have been electrocuted. My eyes flip and flutter as light pours in me like oxygen into someone who has been underwater for several minutes. Oh, thank God, I tried to say. I can't really talk though. Nothing works. on me properly anymore. There's no one in charge. I have been relegated to an observer of my own death. I am allowed to participate with my body for only a few brief moments. The sight of the ceiling, windows, and toddler bed in the room are evidence that I am back on Earth. I make a weak fist to try to slam it into my chest. I somehow know I am having a heart attack and I am trying to give myself CPR. I just keep gasping. I attempt to thrust my arm across my body in a failed effort to create enough momentum to roll myself off the bed. I am trying to fall on the cold, hard floor where it is harder to drift or sleep. I have been drunk for over a year straight with no break, and I weigh 85 pounds. My arm just flaps and dangles. I want to cry, but that requires energy my body does not have. And I am so dehydrated, I would have no tears anyway. I am so alone. Lying there, I can feel my bladder and bowels have been emptied into my pants. It means absolutely nothing to me. Don't shut your eyes, Tim, I hear again. I know if my eyes stay closed, I will remain in that place forever. I have known that for the past 3 days now as I have departed and returned to my body over and over. I am dying. I am dying, and I am going to hell. How my body got to the phone in the other room is a mystery, and the ambulance ride is a vague memory. I arrived at what the locals call the third floor. It's the Nut Ward Detox Center at the Northwest Medical Center in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. It was written by Tim Holmseth at the beginning of his book. He got so drunk that they put him in a detox ward. And yet we have some idiot over on Telegram talking about some guy in his underwear. Seems kind of hypocritical, isn't it, Kathy? That's Timmy's book. Your idol. His words, right here. Talking about eating babies, gnashing of teeth into the baby's bones, lying literally dead drunk on the floor of a nut ward. This is the guy you admire. I didn't make this up. It's in the book. A book you see, he flashes up, says, hey, see, book. You see it at the Delphi sign. You see it all over. This is the crap that this guy writes. And it's only the beginning. The book is full of crap. This is what you guys believe in. And this is not the complete introduction. There's more to this. You know, Thief River Falls, Minnesota is where all his criminal acts took place. Trespassing, grand theft. Why was he trespassed? Felony trespass. You know what it takes to get a felony trespass? Not just a toddler trespass. You can't come into a Walmart anymore because you've been trespassed. No, this is serious. This is a felony trespass. And he was charged with grand theft, which means he stole something worth a lot of money. Not just, a little shoplifting or anything like that, but a major crime. And this is who you people worship over there. Talk about a low bar. Well, yeah, Rebecca, he got a number of DUIs, felony DUIs. But the thing of it is that they don't talk about Thief River Falls and the felony grand theft that he got there and the felony trespass. 2-time felony convictions. He's a convicted felon. And he swears, oh no, I'm not a convicted felon. No. But it's a matter of public record. You can go to Thief River Falls in the county there, and it's on the books. All you people on Telegram, you like to research things, go, get on Deep River Falls and check it out yourself. This is the man that you're relying on to do all this stuff. And he's nothing more than a common drunk. And maybe the reason he's not on line anymore, maybe, just maybe, he fell off the wagon. Never know. It's a possibility. Well, that's a Smith and Wesson. That's not a Sig Sauer. Well, Sheila, to answer your question, yes. Now that pink gun, I don't know where that came from, but that's not a Sig Sauer. That's a Smith and Wesson. And you people must be against the First Amendment or something, or the Second Amendment. We got anti-Second Amendment people here. Isn't that interesting? Why the NRA wouldn't like you people? Water Lily, no, I am not a convicted felon. Not even charged as a felon. Well, if the man on the left is Mike Holmseth, then or Mike Picasio, yes. I'm not sure who the man on the left is. He ain't playing. This is the first time I've ever seen this picture. Well, you must have done some shit. Laura Picasio. Oh. Michael J. Picasio. Yeah, I've met Mike. He's a nice guy. I like the both of them. Decent people, honest people. Unlike Holmeseth. Yeah, what you're going to find, Selena, is I'm not guilty of anything. And this is all public information. What you're doing, Astro, is you're showing everybody you're a stalker. It's there's a lot out there. It's all public. I don't hide. You want to do some sleuthing, sleuth Lawrence Hoff. Be interesting to see what you come up with Lawrence Hoff. We've got March 25th, 1995. Boy, talk about going back in time. This is way back in the 1990s. That's how obsessed this person is. But, this is all that Sheila's interested in. Who's the bridge man? Richard Allen is the bridge man. Richard Allen has been identified as the bridge man by at least 4 witnesses who were there at that park on that day. And, this gave yeah, kind of a mixture of soap opera and talking about the bridge man. Richard Allen. All right. Boy, I'm on the air way longer than I planned. This usually happens with. Oh, I found this picture. Now, the gossip column over on Telegram put this woman up. This is the woman that is the unregistered sex offender that they discussed earlier. She was the moderator for Web Sleuths, and she is the woman that Alexandra Goddard outed um, and falsely claimed that I was protecting her, defending her. So that's just happened to come across that. Why does he look like you slash Whitey? He doesn't, and you don't know anything about forensics. Yeah, she's quite large. She's even bigger now than she was back then, but she's a large woman. Uh, and she is married to someone different now. But who's Alan? Yeah, the Selena is obsessed over there. She's actually gone and found stuff way back in 1995. But it's, Selena. Oh, Richard Allen. Uh, I don't know. You know, but Richard Allen is a dead ringer for the one picture that they put out. Sheila, you are so obsessed with research. Why don't you research Tim as extensively as you research Kim Pacazio? Well, Water Lily, if the bridge man has a limp, then one of two things. He either hurt his leg that day or Richard Allen has a limp. Now, nobody's got a picture of Richard Allen walking, but they have probable cause. They found a bullet from the guy's gun at the scene of the crime. That's, do I know that Jeremiah Regan turned 40? No, and I really don't care. Jeremiah's married. He just got married here a little while ago. You reported it, remember? Under a different name, of course, but you reported it. I mean, I don't know why, Sheila, I don't know why you don't use your real name because, it's obvious who you are. I mean, you're not fooling anybody. Yeah, this, I believe I believe 65 is the uh, age where crimes against the elderly kick in. So, yeah, I believe that would be a yes on that. Right. Yeah, it's funny. These people over on Telegram are having this big gossip fest over there, yet they don't do the research on Timmy. It's what's so funny about all this. All this research they do on me and Kim and Jeremiah, but they don't do anything on Tim. Not a blessed thing. Why is that? Why are they scared to find? They looked at the lawsuit where he sued the National Weather Service, or the lawsuit where he sued a school. Mert, have you met Michael Pacazio? Yes, I have. I mean, if you'd listened to my, I live streamed from Fort Lauderdale, and it was came out that I had met Michael Picasio. Have I met Levi Page? Not yet. No, I have not met Levi Page. Oh, it came close. There was going to be a convention down here in Florida, and I was going to meet him there, but because of the coronavirus, they canceled it, and he never came down. Hmm. I don't know why that's hitting my shirt. Well, Sheila, I hate to disagree with you, but you're biased. You wouldn't, it's, you're not looking for the truth. So you've had a vendetta against Levi since 2009, and you've admitted it to me so many times. So brand new, brand new account. You've only been on 1 day. Interesting. Typical Astro. Yeah, this is kind of a free for all. I'm gonna have to start editing these streams. Sue Ellie, again, that is a hack. I didn't do that conversation, and of course, nobody wants to admit that because they even put up posts where my site had been hacked, and that file that you put up, Sue Ellie, is from that hack. Somebody came into my chat and put that in there, and the Lake County Sheriff's Department said it was counterfeit. They were sloppy when they did it. And Monoxide MMAC at one time even admitted that he was the one that did it. That he got the password information from one of my administrators, and through 4chan, he was able to talk these individuals into helping him create the fake chat. But, you're not going to believe me, so what's the point? The evidence is overwhelming. Oh, we got a picture of Levi. Astro, you're just something else. These are people that are supposed. What's funny is these people are supposed to be for stopping child trafficking and all this other bullshit. Yet all they do is engage in gossip, 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 over and over and over and over and over again. Levi, no. Boy, Astro, you're really obsessed tonight. Funny how you've taken over the chat. They just everybody went away. And when you delete your account, all this is going to go away. Happens every time. Wonder how long you'll last this time. Certainly. Who the hell's hidden? Well, unlike Home Seth, so Al, I don't hide. You know, don't hide behind fake names like Selena Brown or Astro. And there's a price to pay for that. I stay on the internet, which drives Timmy crazy. He wants nothing more than to get me off the internet. 13 people on my chat, and yet this guy wants me off the air. Linda Paris. Oh, that must be Holly Breeley again. Where the hell did you find this? Oh, it's funny. Guess who supports 107? Guy by the name of Field McConnell. Are you going to disavow Field McConnell now because he's a friend of 107? I have not heard Field McConnell abandon 107. Now explain that. I don't support 107, but Field McConnell does. Linda Paris. Oh, you're gonna attack her now that she supports me? That's your guy's speed. Is anybody that supports me, you accuse them of things. Why do you keep putting up pictures of Levi? I mean, Jesus, you already put it up once. Well, hello, John. Ah, looks like Astro's more than one person here because he's put up the photoshopped image. Ooh, name calling. But it's still pictures of Levi. I mean, you already put up one picture of her with that person. Why are you putting up all these pictures? You that obsessed, Astro? And why don't you quit using these sock accounts? I mean, you're not fooling anybody. And you broke your promise. You told me you were going away for 2 weeks. What happened? You're addicted on stalking because that's what you're doing. You're a stalker. You're barging into people's personal accounts to get these pictures. Hmm. Okay, Astro, what are you going to come up with next? I mean, this woman is obsessed with Levi. She comes in to Telegram and puts all these pictures up, or she'll do it to me in private message. Well, criticizing somebody else because they dare follow me. Weird. Yeah, it's this country disappoints me that I kind of wonder if it's even worth this anymore. It's Oh, here we go with the whitey tighties again. Now, IBT probably passed out from being drunk, but here we go. This is who you support, people, on this PPS. A woman putting up pictures of somebody in their underwear. I mean, really? I mean, really? Really, Astro? Is this all you're capable of doing? All you're doing is proving that Holmseth likes to stalk people. Yeah, somebody put up pictures like this of Holmseth, everybody'd have a fit. Jesus Christ. But evidence. This is all being archived. So when Timmy'S lawsuit comes up, this stuff's going to go into court and Tim's going to lose. You guys are guaranteeing that Tim is going to lose his lawsuit because this evidence can be used against him. Yeah, white boxer shorts. Astro is putting up pictures of a male in white shorts on Telegram. She does it all the time. Oh, he's not going to show up. And then they're going to get charged with a felony, contempt of court. Oh, defamation, Smiling. Good. That's evidence. It's going into this gets archived. You don't realize something about Telegram. If you set it up, everything you put on Telegram gets stored on a receiving device, and deleting it doesn't get rid of it. Because once it's archived on the phone, it stays there. So all this stuff you guys are posting is going into my um, hard drive. This little, you know, see this hard drive here? 8 terabyte hard drive. It's recording everything on that Telegram channel. Fireman John is probably minding his own fucking business. You people succeeded in getting him off my channel. It's not worth his time to sit here and be attacked by you morons. So he basically is doing his thing off the internet. You people won't leave him alone. He's not even here anymore, and yet you people just keep it up. No, that was my fault, Jamie. I missed, but that's what they have up. They have briefs up. No, WL. More defamation. I'll be sure to pass this on. I mean, you people, the only reason why you people are paying attention to Fireman John is he was a moderator on this channel for 15 minutes. And because of that, his life has been turned upside down by you morons. You lack morals and you lack ethics. Okay, Astro, we've seen, we know you like underwear. Do you steal men's underwear off the clothesline? Jeez. But that's fine. That's evidence. It's evidence against Tim Holmseth because he incited you to post these pictures. And so, you know, when this goes to court, that's same charges that Tim Holmseth is facing in Ohio. Menacing by stalking. Who knows? Maybe Levi will file charges in Tennessee. You know, he's got a relative that's a Tennessee state trooper. You know, he really ought to file charges against him and against Astro. Do I like bridges? I go over bridges every day. Water Lily, I am not the bridge man. I've never been to Delphi, Indiana. You know, and this is just more defamation and slander on the part of Mr. Holmeseth. And he's making false police reports and false um, declarations, and it's going to get him in trouble. So just go ahead, WL. You're just giving me more evidence to use against Timmy when the time comes. It's going on my little hard drive over here. So just keep it up. I'm surprised you're not over in the private chat. They go over in the private chat and hide because they don't want the evidence coming out. Richard, thanks for coming in. I'm basically just letting this thing ride. I'm going to shut it down in a few minutes. But what I'm doing is this helps me do time markers because this way when I go through the hard drive to collate this stuff because I put the names of all these people in a column along with their posts, and that way when it comes time to go to court uh, with Timmy's funny little lawsuit, I'll have all this stuff ready to go. Oh, I want to check something. Speaking of which. Nope. Nothing in the fart command. Sure it. God, I'm surprised that 12 people are hanging around. This is funny. But yeah, their chat is kind of dying out over there. I do appreciate people coming in. Um, Kind of a way to kill a couple hours. 12:15. I'll probably go watch a little Netflix. Um, what have you. Uh, really is nothing else. And this late in the hour, um, do one last check here. What do we got? Another photo. Oh, same photo. Come on, Astro. You can do better than that. You know, Rittenhouse ought to give it up. I mean, that guy is such a douche. I have this thing with Rittenhouse. Why is this not? That's strange. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? Latest. Okay, it looks like for some reason. Do I approve of that? I don't care, Sheila, or whatever, Astro. I mean, it's none of my business, and I don't care. And you really, Selena, why don't you spend time with your son and, cut the crap? Thank God. What a strange woman. Looks like, well, Selena, why don't you quit stalking him? Because, why are you so obsessed with him? Is what I don't understand. I mean, you never met the guy. Um, he's a complete stranger. He's minding his own business, and yet you're running around posting pictures of him in his underwear. I mean, how would you like it if somebody went around posting pictures of your son in his underwear? Is your son Mr. Perfect and there's nothing in his background that would embarrass him? He's about the same age as Levi. I mean, Jesus. And where is. Oh, this is where it's coming from. Okay. Did you know that it is not his underwear? How do you know that? Yes, you did. Uh, now Astro was messaging me in private. I couldn't understand why I was getting all these messages, and I just dawned on me that she's private messaging me like she usually does. Now, this is what Astro does. She creates these fake names, and then she'll post over on Telegram, and now she's posting on private message. And that's a dead giveaway that this is Astro when she does that. Astro, I'm going to be signing off here in a couple minutes, so you might want to sum up anything you want to say because people are sitting here. I've only got 11 people in here, and I'm pretty sure these people have better things to do than listen to me talking to a ghost over on Telegram, which is the perfect place for you, by the way, because you're a bigot. Now you really ought to sober up, Astro. Well, okay. Yeah, enough of this is enough. Again, I appreciate you people coming in. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share. And I'll be back sometime with something else. We'll sit here. Maybe we'll play with uh, Astro a little more. She's putting up the same picture 3 times now. Yeah, then Astro, you're doing like you always do. You put the pictures up and then you take them right back down again. And after I sign off, you're probably going to delete the account. But again, everybody, thanks for checking in. Uh, you know, I'm surprised that somebody stayed with me for 3 hours and 21 minutes through this stuff. Um, but it is what it is. Now, I will be checking to see if Randy and Timmy show up at their little trial on Thursday, which they probably will not do, um, because they are cowards. And that'll be good because then there's going to be a felony warrant because the judge in that case is aware of all the outstanding warrants that are out there. And that judge has indicated that they are not going to tolerate that. If that guy does not show up in court, he's going to be hit with a felony bench. And that will be cool. So until we all meet again, have a good one. Good night, Astro. You can delete your account now. Bye bye. So long. Farewell. Go to hell. Bye bye.